Hello, everyone, and welcome to another enlightening session of Wisdom Waves Wednesday. I'm Swati Gupta, and today's topic is extremely relevant for this time. Why? Because here we are to talk about beyond marks, helping kids overcome exam stress. Most of our children are giving exams, and this is a perfect time to talk about it. Academic challenges, exam stress, understanding children's true potential, because exams are happening. And I know the atmosphere at home must be tense. The pressure to score well, the late night studying, the anxiety, both for kids and moms and parents, actually, both moms and dads. And I can completely feel it. But the big question is, are marks everything? Are we measuring intelligence and success with a wrong tool? So, today we are going to understand the psychology behind why kids struggle with studies. Number two, shift parenting focus and perspective why marks should not define your child. And three, we will learn powerful, very powerful study techniques to help children study smarter and not harder, because there are loads of techniques which can help kids come out of those kind of stress. So let's begin. First, we'll start with the psychology of the children and exam pressure. What do children go, and why do kids struggle with studies? Now, honestly, not all children dislike studying. They might dislike the way they are being taught or forced to study. I hope you agree with that. So, children have different learning styles. Some are like visual learners, some love learning by doing, some through discussion, debates. So, a rigid education system doesn't cater to your child. Now, before we begin, I want you to tell me in the comment section, what kind of learner is your child? Is he a visual learner, or he's an auditory learner, or he's learning by doing learner? What kind of learner your child is? Does he like discussions and that's how he learns better, or she learns better? So I want you to share it in the comment section. What kind of learner is your child? Awesome, awesome. So, the fear of failure makes children anxious, reducing the ability to actually focus. Comparison, competition often kills a child love for learning, because either we are comparing, or there is loads of competition, 1 mark, half mark, 1.5 mark, scholar batch, and all those things is creating a lot of ruckus in the child's brain, because of which the child really wants to study, but this pressure is not making them study. So, what happens inside the child's brain during exam stress? Now, stress activates, if you know, there's a part of a brain called amygdala. Okay. Now, amygdala, what happens? It is the brain's fear center. Now, triggering the fight and the flight mode. Now, this actually reduces the memory recall and makes kids blank during exams, because the stress is actually activating the amygdala. Amygdala is a fear center. Now, because of that, it's triggering the fight and flight mode. And because of that, their memory is getting deteriorated. They are getting blank during exams. So instead, try motivating kids. Pressure can only paralyze their brain, and they will not be able to perform better. So, what are the common emotions kids feel during exams? What if I fail? Fear of disappointing their parents. I can't remember anything. Panic due to stress. And why am I not as smart as my friend? that is low self worth due to the comparison. They are self comparing. I'm not saying that parents are comparing. Maybe they are self comparing, and because of which they are not able to come out of the stress. So imagine if your boss told you every day, your entire future depends on this project. How would you feel? That's exactly we do with our kids with exams. So, do you resonate with me? If you resonate with me, just share a big hi. Yes, we resonate. Because there's so many times we want our children to do better, we want our children to do good, but constantly helicoptering on the child's brain and telling them your this thing depends on your future depends on your marks, and if you don't score well, you so one of my friends son is actually giving boards, and like, forget about the child stress. The parents are overly stressed. Mother is not coming out of the house. No, I have to be with my son. I have to be with my son. I am stressed. I don't know what he'll do, whether he'll score 90%, whether he'll score better than other children. Why? Because whatever stress we are doing, whatever stress we are having it within us, we are transferring the same to the child. The child is actually seeing it. So rather than performing, again, this amygdala, rather than performing, they are actually underperforming. So I'm not saying that his son will be underperforming. He's a superb child, very intelligent, very smart. But the point is, why do we need to follow the rat race? So recently, I read about one school. There's a principal of the school who wrote a beautiful letter to all the parents who were giving boards. So she wrote something like, if your child doesn't score well, it's okay. That was her tag, okay? If your child doesn't score well, it's okay. They might be a great artist, a musician, an athlete, or an entrepreneur. Not every child is meant to be a doctor or engineer. What matters is embracing their strengths. And I find it so relevant that it is not important to score well. It is a possibility that your child can be a great artist, musician, athlete, entrepreneur, whatever. So, not everybody has to be the best. If everybody is the best, or if everybody is a topper, then what will be the importance of a topper? There will be no importance because everybody will be standing on the first position. Who will stand on the second, third, and for so forth? And why this position system? I mean, this doesn't make sense. Now, I'm going to share a few people who have done superbly well in their career, and they are not academic excellent people. People like Sachin Tendulkar. He was a weak student in school, but cricket made him a legend. Steve Jobs, he was not a topper, but he revolutionized the technology. A.R. Rahman wasn't great in studies, but his music touched millions of hearts. So, success isn't about grades, guys. It's about discovering one's passion and potential. Here, I am trying to convey that you have to be good in something, but that good you need not have to be in studies. Obviously, we want children to succeed in life, we want them to do well, we want them to earn well. That is superbly important. I can completely understand how important is money, how important is earning, but need not have to be in academics. There are other ways to do it. There are so many other platforms. You just have to like that subject, have passion for it, and then there is no looking back. So now, marks is not equal to future success. We grew up hearing just one thing, that good marks mean a secure future. But that is not still true in 2025. Top jobs today, content creators, tech innovators, business influencers, don't ask for marks. They require skill, creativity, and problem solving ability. Now, I am sure you all know about Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Bill Gates, Microsoft, Elon Musk, Tesla, all were college dropouts. Yet they have transformed industries. People like Priyanka Chopra, Virat Kohli, Raj Shamani, not toppers in school, but is successful in their own fields. So for me, the equation is not marks not equal to success, but for me, success equals to passion plus consistency plus skill, but not marks. So, how can actually parents support their kids? One, remove the fear of failure. Tell your child mistakes don't define you. Learning from them does. You need to learn from your mistakes, but mistakes do not define you. I'm not focusing you or here that repeat the same mistake. No, mistakes will teach you how to progress in life. Instead of saying, why did you score less? Ask, what did you learn from this? And secondly, encourage different talents. Now, every child is born with unique gifts: art, sports, music, coding, public speaking, problem solving. These are some named to some of them. Ask yourself, are you nurturing the child's natural talent or forcing them into a mold? Number three, prioritize mental well being. A child with low confidence will struggle no matter how hard they try. Build them up with words of encouragement, not criticism. Number four, set realistic expectation, guys. Not every child will be a topper, and that is absolutely okay. So instead of asking for high grades, ask for their best effort. So I want you to do a quick exercise. Think of one thing your child is amazing at, and that has nothing to do with the studies. Imagine that passion turning into a career. How would you support it? So, before that, I want you to write in the comment section what is that one passion or one thing your child really loves to do. Great. Swimming, dancing, singing, karate. Okay, awesome, awesome. Lovely, lovely. That's so nice to know. Superb, superb. Great. Awesome. Now, now this is about parents' perspective, what we should do as parents. But I want to share some awesome techniques, study techniques for better focus and learning. What are they? Studying should be effective, not exhausting. Okay. So I have some 5 to 6 techniques which I love, and I know if you know about it, you're going to love it too. Now, first is Pomodoro technique. Now, what is Pomodoro? 25 minutes of study and 5 or 10 minutes of break. Now, studying in short but focused bursts improves memory and prevents burnout. So, works well for kids with low attention spans. 25 minutes of study, it's just 25 minutes, and then you can take a 5 minute break or a 10 minute break. Then again 25 minutes, then 5 or 10 minutes. So, what you're doing in a short period of time, you're trying to focus really hard and then taking a break. So, it is helping your brain recover and you're not feeling tired of doing certain things. The second technique, I really love this. We call it SQ SQ 3R method. Now, what is this SQ 3R method? It is a powerful reading comprehension strategy. So basically, S stands for survey. Now, give an overview of the material like heading, subheading, bullet points, bold, italic words, images, and summaries. This help you activate the prior knowledge and gives context before deep reading. That is one. Q is question. Turn the headings into question. Instead of passively reading, ask questions like, what is this chapter about? How does this chapter relate to what I already know? Why is it important? This makes your brain actively search for answers while reading. Then first is R1. So there are three R's, SQR, 3R. Okay. Now R1 is read. Engage in the text actively. Read one section at a time. Focus on answering your questions. Highlight key point the way we do it and summarize it in your own words. That first R. Second is recite. Summarize and recite it loud what you have learned. That is second R. Okay, after reading the section, close the book and then recall the main idea. Speak it loudly like a brief summary. And third is reinforce learning. Now go over to your notes which you had made, summaries, key points, answer the original questions again. Now revisit the difficult parts to clarify doubts. So that's why this SQ3R is so powerful. One, your active learning. Second, long term memory. Third, better comprehension and critical skills. And you are saving time as you read with purpose. You have a motto, and this is your strategy which you're using. So that is the second strategy. Third is the Feynman technique. Now, Feynman technique, binaural beats, I have also shared in my book, Give Your Child Wings. This is the link for my book. This is what I have done in terms of this book. So this book has got many academic strategies and which will help you age wise. So suppose if your child is between age group of 6 to 10, these are the techniques which you should use. If your child is a preteen, these are the techniques you should use. If your child is a teen, these are the techniques you should use. So I have broken down chunks which will help you in those kind of techniques. Now, there are Feynman techniques, there are binaural beats, there is something called active recall and spaced repetition, which means instead of rereading the notes, quiz your child on key points. Revisit topics at intervals to strengthen the memory. Then mind mapping. Mind mapping is a beautiful way. So how do you mind map? You put a core topic in the center and then you map your mind. Suppose for one topic, there are four sub bullets. Now, for each bullets, there will be sub bullets. So, rather than just writing notes, create a mind map of it because mind map helps you. Our brain works in numbers and bullets. Best way because the brain has wiring, and the same way is mind map. The mind map has wiring. So, that's why it's easy for great memorization. And power of breaks, guys, don't feel that if you're sitting and studying for 2 hours you will make a difference. No, actually, absolutely no. Your study will be impactful when you keep it short but powerful. And very important for children and parents, break does not mean screen time. If you're taking a break after studies, try to focus on gardening, relaxing, maybe a little bit of cooking, maybe just eyes closed, talking to yourself, chilling, anything, but no screens. No, not in the form of laptop, not in the form of phones. Spend little time with nature. If you are taking a long break, go for cycling. If you go for a walk, go for nature walk, water the plants, go for gardening, do something which is close to the nature. And don't, this is like a bonus tip. Now, how many of you felt this was powerful? Yeah, I learned something new and this is super powerful. Awesome. I resonate. That's lovely. I'm glad to know that you resonate. Because children have a habit of, feeling that, oh, wow, this is something Mama, this is my free time. I've studied for 4 hours. Now, so I can see TV, no? So what is the child doing? Child is doing nothing, but unfortunately the child is wasting the time and focusing on something which the child should not. That's not a break. When the child is getting up from studies and again busy in the screen, that time is not study time, that time is not break time, unfortunately. Because that is the worst thing you can do, getting up, taking a break from studies, and involving yourself in screens back again. Your brain is not ready to process so much of stimulation. And unfortunately, because of that, whatever we have learned, the children forget. And then they see, oh my God, I just read it. How did I forget? Why is my memory so weak? It is not your memory weak. Unfortunately, you have done the wrong thing. You've taken a break. You've not given the time for your brain to process the memorizing stuff. And you got busy on WhatsApp, you got busy on YouTube, you got busy on screens. So, whatever you learned is fush, because your things which you're watching now became your powerful memory, and what you learned became your side memory. So if you got this deep, right, gone deep, because that's how you will learn. And once I will, why I'm sharing with this with you, because if you know it, you're going to help your children understand about it, and the children will absolutely know why you're saying it. Yeah. So finally, let's quickly break down on what all we did. We learned about marks do not define child's worth. Every child has unique talents. Support them, don't suppress them. Number three is focus on helping them build skills, confidence, and resilience. And these powerful techniques which I shared with you on the study techniques, like Pomodoro, like SQ3R technique, like the Feynman technique, like the binaural beats or the alpha waves, like the active recall or space repetition, mind map, and eliminating distractions. No phones, no social media, no screens even during breaks while we are studying. Create a dedicated workspace, a study space, so that the child feels it is their workspace, and preferably try to model it. If the child is studying, you can also do your own work during that time, or keep the atmosphere of the house happy and lively rather than sad and mourning. So, next time your child brings the report card, ask yourself, am I raising a topper, or am I nurturing a future innovator, artist, or leader? Always think about it, guys, because I want you all to understand that our children are awesome, and we should be proud that we are parents. There are so many people in the world, they want to be parents and they're not parents. And if you want to join my WhatsApp group, here is the link for the WhatsApp group, where I have this group exclusive for parents. Any parent who has got parenting issues or want to join that group, please feel free to scan it and join the group. I'll be more than happy to have you as my parents. I'm always there to serve you. And if you have any question regarding this topic, in terms of asking me any questions about academic pressure, or how to handle any particular topic, or how anything which you feel that you want to ask me, please feel free to ask me. And I hope that you learned a lot in the session, because I have tried to curate what all I wanted to cover in terms of examination, in terms of understanding. I've curated all of the things Although not everything can be curated, as I said, I've written this book recently, which is called Give Your Child Wings, the Ultimate Parenting Guide. I have loads of techniques for parenting as well as for academic excellence. I have a chapter for each age group on academics, for 0 to 5, for 6 to 10, for preteen, for teens. So I have it for all age groups where I've covered chapter wise, so that if any parent is facing any kind of academic challenges in terms of child is not wanting to study, child not able to focus, or child is overstudying, overthinking, and want to just go after marks, whatever your problem is, because everybody's problem is unique. But I respect each every problem, and I know all of you are doing awesome as parents, and you want to give best for your child. That's why you're here. So I'm so proud of you that you're putting on effort so that you can do something best for your child. And I love you, parents. Bless you, love you. That's all from my side. Drop in comments if you have any question. I will discuss, I will let you know, I'll share my answer. And see you on the next Wednesday live. I'll come up with something unique. Or if you have any suggestion that, Swati, ma'am, why don't you try some this topic or that topic, please feel free to share the topic with me. I'll pick up the topic which you tell me, because I love those challenges and I love to talk about different topics, because that is something which helps me understand what you want to know from me. So take care of yourself. Happy Mahashivratri to all of you. Hope you had a blast. A lot of people fasted. I also did my fasting. Although my fast, I have opened my fast and everything, puja done, everything done. And enjoy yourself. Take care and happy parenting, guys. Love you all.